Thank you so much to Army everywhere. Your support is always the breath that keeps every story we share alive. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the latest news filled with facts, emotions, and surprises about the idol we all love. What shocking truth is actually hidden behind a building that, at first glance, looks completely ordinary? Why did Suga BTS's presence in that place instantly make Army hold their breath? Question everything and start speculating. When the camera captured that simple moment, no one expected that this small clue would open the door to a rarely seen family story about roots, hard work, and bonds that quietly run deep. It all began with a casual sighting. Suga, without stage lights or concert spotlights, was seen at a modern building in the middle of the city. There was no official announcement, no public schedule, just a quiet moment that soon exploded into conversation. Sharp-eyed fans started noticing the details. Why this place? What does it mean to Suga? And why did the atmosphere feel so personal? As if he wasn't in a public space, but somewhere deeply connected to his private life. Those questions grew louder when the facts slowly came to light. The building, long known by locals as a modern commercial space with a restaurant on the first floor, turned out to have a very close family connection to Suga. Yes, the shocking fact was finally revealed. The restaurant on the ground floor is owned by his mother. A simple detail, yet one that struck many people emotionally, because behind Suga BTS's global success lies a quiet family story, one built through silent effort, far away from the noise of the entertainment world. Why does this revelation feel so powerful? Because Suga has always been known as someone who fiercely protects his family's privacy. He rarely, almost never, speaks openly about his parents' lives or businesses. So when this clue finally formed a complete picture, many Army fell silent. Does this mean the place isn't just somewhere to eat? Was Suga's visit purely casual, or did it hold a deeper emotional meaning? The restaurant on the first floor appears warm and simple. There are no loud celebrity labels, no flashy signs using a famous name, just a calm, modest atmosphere. And this is what makes the story even more moving. While the world knows Suga as a musical genius, an honest lyricist, and a global artist, his family has chosen a quiet path, building their business far from public attention. Many fans began asking another question. Is this why Suga looked so comfortable there? Did his calm steps and relaxed expression show that he was in a safe space, a place that reminded him of home and of life before his name echoed around the world? These questions became emotional clues, turning the story from mere rumor into a deeply human narrative. The emotional drama grew stronger as Army connected this moment to Suga's life journey, from his difficult trainee days, physical and emotional injuries, to the relentless fight for his dreams in a brutal industry. He now stands on top of the world. Yet behind all of that, there is a mother quietly running her business, a family acting as his foundation, and a place that may symbolize roots he has never abandoned. Isn't that both shocking and heartwarming? When many assume success always means luxury and distance, this fact shows the opposite. Suga hasn't drifted away from where he came from. He hasn't forgotten his family. He shows up without applause or headlines in a place tied to blood, history, and memories. Clickbait? Maybe shocking? Absolutely. But more than that, this story carries honesty and emotion that are rarely seen. That restaurant is not just a business. That building is not just a structure. And Suga's presence there was not just a random visit. It speaks of a mother's support, of trust, and of pride that doesn't need to be expressed in words. Now the questions continue. Are there more facts yet to be revealed? Behind Suga's consistently humble attitude, Are there other family stories carefully kept to protect those he loves? Or was this moment simply a small, unintended glimpse into the most human side of a global star? ARMY remain torn between shock and warmth. Many admit they feel even closer to Suga after learning this fact, not because of wealth, but because of simplicity and the strong family values he continues to uphold. The emotional drama feels real, flowing quietly and leaving a deep impression. And that curiosity refuses to fade. Instead, it quietly lingers, growing stronger with every detail fans revisit and every emotional connection they uncover. Because stories like this do not end with a single revelation, they expand, echoing in the hearts of those who have followed Suga's journey from the very beginning. Each small detail feels like a thread, gently pulling ARMY closer to understanding the person behind the stage name, the awards, and the worldwide recognition. For many fans, this revelation reshapes the way they view success. It raises an unspoken question. What does it truly mean to make it in life? Is it measured by fame, charts, and sold-out stadiums, or by the ability to remain grounded, to quietly return to a place tied to family and origins? In that simple visit to a building connected to his mother, Suga unknowingly delivered a powerful message, one that feels more sincere than any speech or interview. Emotions intensify when fans realize how easily this story could have remained hidden forever. If not for careful eyes and subtle clues, no one would have known. And maybe that was exactly how it was meant to be. There is a certain beauty in privacy, in stories that exist not to impress the public, but simply to be lived. Suga has always been open about his music, his pain, and his thoughts. Yet when it comes to his family, silence seems to be his chosen form of respect. This quiet contrast is what makes the story so compelling. A global superstar who fills arenas, yet whose personal world remains modest and protected. A man whose lyrics reach millions, yet who can sit calmly in a place tied to his mother's hard work without seeking attention. It is dramatic not because of extravagance, but because of its simplicity, and sometimes simplicity carries the strongest emotional weight. As ARMY reflect on this moment, many feel a renewed sense of admiration. Not the loud, overwhelming kind, but a softer, deeper appreciation. The kind that stays. The kind that makes fans proud not just of what Suga has achieved, but of who he continues to be. And perhaps that is the real shock, not the ownership of a building or a restaurant, but the reminder that greatness and humility can exist side by side. The story continues to circulate not as mere gossip, but as a quiet testament. A testament to family, to roots, and to a life that remains balanced despite unimaginable fame. And as long as there are unanswered questions and unseen moments, one thing is certain: every small glimpse into Suga's world will continue to captivate, surprise, and move the hearts of ARMY around the globe.